how robot is it? Like, are we talking Android or are we talking?
Yeah. I mean, any kind of robot, I think. We're opening the floor here. But I think,
then I know the answer.
T-1000 is pretty much the coolest robot of all time.
Yeah, it's all right, but it is not as cool as Short Circuit. That is clearly the best
That's
robot
the
movie.
best robot movie.
The best robot movie ever made.
Well,
Johnny
because
Five.
he came alive.
He did.
That
Johnny
was the
Five
most
is
important
alive.
part. And as we spoke about earlier, the human mind, isn't that really what it's all
What
about?
constitutes a robot? All right, we're live. Before we start getting existential here.
All right.
Hello. This is Between the Streams. This is our weekly entertainment podcast where we go in depth with everything that's trending in movies and television for the week. We'll tell you about what's out of the box office right now, some exciting new things that are coming. And right now, the theme that we are seeing is there's a lot of robot movies.
A lot of robot TV shows, a lot of robot movies. It's all about the robots. They're having a moment.
Yeah, they've kind of taken over for zombies.
I think it's just today.
Yeah, just today. See, because I thought aliens
Well, I mean, there's a lot
over,
of stuff happening.
But it seems like just going forward, there's a lot of robot movies.
Yeah.
I'm Greg Nibbler.
I'm Ryan Juanita.
And one of the questions, so we're broadcasting live on Facebook and YouTube right now. One of the questions we put up there is, what is the best robot movie of all time?
All timesies.
Other than Short Circuit. So
Besides the Electric Grandma.
Besides the Electric Grandma from last week. Call back.
Well, shout out.
And I'm taking a look here. And go ahead and drop in your comments here in the chat if you're watching live. Let us know what your favorite robot movie is of all time. And, of course, there's a couple of reasons that we're bringing this up. Wizard of Oz, The Tin Man. Was that count as a robot?
Wow, I like it.
Magically
That's outside the
induced
box.
count as a robot?
That's outside the box.
Okay, yeah, I know that's true.
And he didn't have a heart.
Philippe says iRobot. That is fair. I mean, that is definitely, it's got the robot in the name.
We already mentioned that. That's what gives it a leg up.
Yeah, that definitely is.
And the fantastic acting, as I mentioned earlier, of David Hyde Pierce.
Of TV's David Hyde Pierce.
He's fantastic.
Let's see. Wall-E. We've got.
Wall-E is a great choice. I mean, if you're going to go animated, holy crap. Who didn't cry at Wall-E? If you didn't, you may be a robot. Oh, you're a robot. You're the greatest robot movie.
Because I thought it was a ripoff of Short Circuit. The
oh,
robot
my God.
looks way too much like Johnny
No,
Five.
that's ridiculous.
Matrix robotic acting. that was funny. I laughed at it.
You got one.
You got one. Wall-E was a cool guy.
Dude, Wall-E is a great one. I mean, I think it's obviously T2 or, the original Terminator just because it started everything. But
yeah.
And the Electric Grandma.
And the Electric Grandma, obviously. Star Wars, C-3PO, and R2-D2. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they're
was
not
that really
focus.
a robot movie, though? Yeah.
See, it's a fair choice.
But we'll take it. We'll take it. That's your favorite robot. We'll say that.
Chappie. So there's lots of good
Chappie, I would say, was probably not the greatest robot movie. Although I never did see it. So
I have
maybe
not
I'm wrong.
seen Chappie myself.
Maybe I'll get blown away.
Yeah, I don't know. So Terminator. So there's somebody else agreeing with you that Terminator might be the best one.
It's an obvious pick. Let's say that I didn't really go out on a limb or anything.
Really pushing the
boundaries. But it's freaking great.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's
so
all right.
Good.
Well, and here we go. Manuel just says Pacific Rim and the end of Evangelon. I don't know that one, but are the best ones.
Well, speaking of Pacific Rim.
Thank you for that segue, Manuel.
Yes.
So
we got our first trailer.
We did for Pacific Rim, and that's part of the reason we're talking about this. So there's so many robot movies coming out, and we're going to discuss this and a lot of other things as well. So keep on dropping your suggestions in there. But with New York City Comic-Con going on right now, we got a new Pacific Rim trailer.
The first. I mean, this is our first look at it, so it's pretty exciting.
True. Yeah, that's right. The other one wasn't even a trailer. It was a tease.
We got a tease, but now we have big-ass robots flying around, monsters, crap getting broken, John Boyega making monologues.
Is this your official review of it? Big-ass robots and crap.
I mean, is it going to be much more than that? No. Is it going to be awesome? Yes.
Yeah.
These are the kind of movies you can go to. You don't have to think too hard. It's your Fast and Furious, if you will, except less, I would say, douchebaggery. I know a lot of people like those movies. I'm probably going to get some calls. But anyway, I'm a big fan of Pacific Rim. I know Guillermo del Toro isn't in on this one, but it is being brought forward by Stephen S. Knight, who has done great things on television with the Daredevil series. So what we saw in that trailer, it looks big. It's bombastic. It's exciting. I want to go see it right now.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm excited about it.
I haven't quite gotten into the Pacific Rim movies yet.
Yeah.
It's a little.
Well, you're just, you have problems.
I mean, you could say that. It looks a little. GoBot-ish to me.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
kinda
I like
where I'm
that.
going with it.
But what's wrong with
GoBot-ish.
GoBots? What's
well,
wrong with
there's nothing wrong
GoBots?
with GoBots, but Transformers were the real deal. GoBots were the. Yeah,
This
were
is
there.
like Transformers without all the cheesiness and the bad plot
You don't think
lines.
there's any cheesiness?
Oh no,
in
but it's
Pacific
fun.
Rim?
It's real camp. It's Godzilla camp. It's
Yeah.
a throwback camp. That's the point of it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's motivation here. Like, where were you coming from? You have to know all those really cheesy old monster movies to really dig into this thing.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
But
okay,
it's fun.
Well, fair enough. Well, I mean, it is definitely getting a lot of play, and it seems like people are very excited about it. I'm curious if everybody's excited about Pacific Rim, besides Manuel, or if anybody else is excited about this, because it is big, like you said. There's a lot happening in it.
Yeah.
A lot of bells and whistles.
It's not like all about storyline, but I am interested to figure out how they're going to bring back the monsters because of the ending of the first one. Don't want to ruin it for anyone, but yeah, it should be
Spoilers.
interesting how they write that out. I mean,
You
you can make
Pacific Rim for me.
you can make a sequel out of anything. You just got to have a clever turn of phrase, and then you just go with it.
I'm gonna guess they beat the monsters, but having not seen it, I couldn't tell you. For
Well, it is a movie.
Some other people dropping in with their favorite robot movies: Transformers. Let's see, Silent Running. I don't remember what Silent Running was. I'll have to look that one up.
I don't know, but I do like the obscure picks.
Yeah, Virus. Let's see, Colby, Robbie the Robot. Are you just making up robot
Yeah, I
names
don't
and now
know
I'm
if
just
that-
reading them? That could be what's going on. Robbie the Robot.
I think that is a movie.
Is it
but
a
I've not
movie?
seen
Okay,
it.
well, it could be. And
I think Wall-E is the best, out of my head thought. I didn't even think of that being a Disney movie, but yeah, that's an amazing robot movie.
Yeah.
And you're going to watch it as soon as we get done with this.
I will watch it at some point. Yes, okay. Yul Brynner in Westworld. That's a callback. We're actually going to be talking about Westworld here in just
Another
a little bit.
reason we're robot themed today.
It's all robots all the time. Silent Running was a 70s space movie that featured two small bots that inspired R2-D2.
All right.
Okay, all right. Daryl, that's a good choice. Daryl was great.
Ooh! I loved that when I
Yeah.
was a kid.
Yeah.
Daryl's amazing.
Daryl was pretty fantastic.
Mostly because of the S-71 Blackbird or whatever that he stole.
Yep.
That's such a sweet
yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
That is a kid movie through and through. I love that thing.
Well, we're going to keep on with the robot theme, so keep dropping those in there. So again, Pacific Rim, we got to see a new trailer for that for New York City Comic Con. But the big thing that's happening this weekend, the movie that is finally out, and we've had so much press for it leading up, it felt like it should have already been out already.
Well, and we did talk about it because we got an early screening. But yes,
That's
Blade
true.
Runner has finally made its fancy pants debut on the box office scene. Did pretty well last night. It's looking at around $50 million for the weekend, so they're going to make their money back, and everybody likes it. The reviews, which were just stellar at the start, have crept down a little bit, but it's still at a really solid, I think it's 8.2 or something on Rotten Tomatoes, and more than that. The reviews I've read from the people I respect say it's phenomenal and fun and just beautiful, so we're excited about that one.
So Blade Runner 2049 out there right now. I'm curious if anybody's already seen it, if you have an opinion on it, because I know there's probably a lot of people that went and saw it last night.
Yeah, I wanted to. I just couldn't get there, but we're going to go see it tonight. So.
Didn't you were saying it's about 2.5 hours long?
It's pretty long, yeah.
Long? Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't get to it last night.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had stuff earlier in the evening.
You got to book some time for
Yeah.
it. But it does look incredible, and just the two of them together. I've seen some more interviews with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, they look like they're really having a ball, don't they?
Yeah, they seem like they're buds.
Yep.
And so I'm going to guess that they're pretty good together on screen. 2
Yeah.
hours, 40 minutes.
And we were talking about it. There's a lot of runway for this movie. There's not a lot of other big, budget movies coming out, and the ones that have been out, most people have probably seen them by now. But there are a couple of other interesting movies, including The Florida Project, which is getting rave reviews. Do you want to tell the people what The Florida Project is about?
Yeah, this
It's a really
is
interesting premise.
just before we get back to the robots, a couple other movies out at the box office. Yeah, The Florida Project. And honestly, I'm not completely familiar with this, but the Florida Project tells the story of a precocious 6-year-old and her ragtag group of friends whose summer break is filled with childhood wonder, possibility, and a sense of adventure, while the adults around them struggle with hard times.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, they're living in a rough neighborhood. There's and it's rated R. There's going to be sex and violence, but that's happening around them. But the story sort of focuses around the kids. And from what I've read, it sort of tells a bigger story than the narrative. There's more to it the way it's laid out. So I think it's kind of brilliantly laid out. And then the other one is The Mountain Between Us, which is our favorite Idris Elba and Kate Winslet. It's not getting amazing reviews, but if you're fans of those guys, it's
the two of them.
Yeah, the two of them on a what do they get lost in the mountains or something like that? Oh, I think there's a plane crash.
They survive a plane crash.
It looks interesting, but we'll have to see on that
I'll
one.
watch that when it comes to Netflix.
Yeah, I'd say Blade Runner is the way to go.
Yeah. Well, let's and speaking of Blade Runner, getting back to that, to our robot theme as everybody's joining in right now. I see here on Facebook and YouTube dropping in their different robots. Robbie the robot was in Forbidden Planet, so there is a robot named Robbie.
Okay.
All right.
I knew that name. I think there's a band called that or something like that.
Robbie the robot.
Yeah.
That's a good name. It's really stuck in my head. Well. Blade Runner, which of course is based on a Philip K. Dick book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sleep? And Philip K. Dick's kind of getting a whole new run on.
I think it's just a short story, isn't it?
But yeah, I think it's a full book for that one.
Like,
yeah,
just a shorter one.
Yeah, the smaller story is The Man in the High Castle.
Oh, that's what it is.
Turned into a whole series.
Duh.
And so now, though, with all of his amazing science fiction writing that he had back in the 60s and 70s, I believe is when most of his books came out, now there is an Amazon series that called Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams.
Yeah, not just Electric Dreams, but Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. They are in the Philip K. Dick business. They know that that's selling for them. But this does look really cool.
And it's going to be an anthology series, and we've got our first trailer out for it now, and I guess it's already airing in the UK, so it's going to make its way over here. And Amazon hasn't said when it's going to be here. Soon.
Yeah, it's just showing up at Comic-Con for now, yeah.
Yeah.
But bunch of cool actors in this because it's an anthology, so they've grabbed, people from all over the place.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi, Terrence Howard, Bryan Cranston, just to name a couple that we've seen so far. And you'll recognize some other faces in the trailer, too.
Yeah, and there's so many stars that are in these things. And one of the cool things about it, since it's an anthology, it's kind of very Black Mirror-ish.
Yeah, it's very much looks like Amazon's Black Mirror, and good for them because that's such a great show that I don't mind having more of it, and it's it's founded by a killer story, I'm sure. So
yeah, I mean with all of these individual stories, so I think they're all kind of generally based on some of his short stories. Definitely all futuristic themed for the most part. Let's see, there's Vera Farmiga and Mel Rodriguez star in this episode, which tackles the often vexing irrationality of society's mob mentality. Okay, there's that. There's different ones that are about the future and advanced technology. There's one where it's set in a world devoid of advanced technology.
Okay.
Like we go forward and all of it crashes for some reason. So a lot of analyzing those different aspects of how technology affects society and mob mentality and things like that.
Yeah.
It's sign me up. I will watch all 10
I'll
episodes
check it
right
out.
now.
I don't know if it's going to live up to Black Mirror because that's one of the most fantastic shows of its kind ever, but I will definitely check it out.
Yeah. And so we don't know when it's coming out to Amazon. Should be soon. But that's Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. 10 parts there to that. I will definitely watch it. Continuing on, I guess this is maybe not a robot theme, but we've got more robot themes coming up. We're going to talk about Westworld Season 2. We have some new information about that. We've got a lot more things to get to here, but we did get some news on Avatar.
Yeah.
Avatar 2, which in case you didn't know, there are going to be 4 more Avatar movies.
That we know of.
That are actually going to happen according to James Cameron. I believe they're already filming some for
They're
Avatar
in production,
2.
Whatever that means, and they have the cast all laid out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of the guys that they're bringing back from the last movie, including some surprises like Stephen Lang, who died. Sorry if you haven't seen Avatar, but
spoilers.
Yeah.
Stephen Lang was the villain, and apparently he's going to be the villain. It's looking like throughout the rest of them.
Yeah, we're guessing he's cloned and then comes back. But yeah, so the news today is Kate Winslet is joining the cast. Yeah. Always good. She's a great actress.
It's interesting though. Kate Winslet is teaming up with James Cameron because I remember reading like the horror stories about her on the set of Titanic.
Oh, is that right?
He was horrible to her and like called her like piggy and stuff like that. Like this is some of the stuff that I read, and like she would cry every day. Yeah, you can read these stories. You can find them online about James Cameron on the set and Kate Winslet.
That doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good.
Mind games to get the best performance out of her?
Maybe, and again, maybe it's not entirely accurate, but I've seen it printed a lot of places.
I don't know. He's been getting in trouble lately from some of the things he said. He said some things about Wonder Woman, about the lead character not being groundbreaking or something. I always find that strange because he's always been an advocate for really strong female roles. Think of Aliens. You think of Terminator 2.
Yeah.
He was one of the main people doing that in the 80s and 90s when a lot of people weren't. So.
Actually, just look up Kate Winslet, James Cameron, and it'll have nickname on there. And that was the nickname. Okay.
In any event, she's going to be in Avatar too.
Yeah. So I'm just surprised, though, that she's going back to him after all that. But nonetheless, that is cool. We shall see what happens. So Kate Winslet joining Avatar. All right. Let's go on to Westworld.
Maybe he sent her a fruit basket.
Maybe. Actual Westworld. So what we were talking about before with robots, actual robots. Westworld Season 2. We have some more information about what's going on. And if you watch the end of it, you got some of the you got some teases in there where
Right.
they teased about other worlds besides Westworld, which
were in the novel.
Yeah.
Originally, they're laid out anyway. I don't think they really dug into it.
Yeah.
And they were also, in the movie a little bit, I believe.
yes, yeah,
So,
yeah, because
yeah.
there's a medieval world,
Medieval world and
like a Roman
Roman
knight
world, yeah.
Roman world. Well, in Westworld season 1, and sorry, spoilers, they tease this because they actually show an image of it of what appears to be the preparation for a samurai type of world or something with that. They've got a bunch of the robots in samurai outfits, and clearly for something else, not taking place in the Old West.
Right,
obviously.
right. Yeah, and they hinted at the creators hinted at that. Nolan was saying somebody asked him a question on a panel recently. We read, I think Deadline picked it up, that why wasn't medieval world and Roman world in the original? And he said, well, we had to have something for season 2.
Yeah.
So that's happening. But we also got news that Jimmy Simpson, who plays, I don't know, do I tell people? Anyway, he plays an integral character that you weren't sure was going to come back around, and he is. He's coming back. He's actually not even listed on IMDb, but as far as he has said, he's coming back. And so that should be interesting, too. We know we're going to get more fleshed out of his character.
And how it's all.
That's all I'm going to say in case you haven't seen Westworld. But
Watch
I'm kind
Westworld.
of stoked because I love Jimmy Simpson. He's freaking hilarious. It was really fun watching him in a dramatic role because I thought he did a really good job. For those who don't know, he plays
one of the McPoyles.
one of the McPoyles in Always Sunny. And he also has one of the most amazing guest appearances ever on Party Down Season 2.
Yeah.
He plays a Marilyn Manson type who just wants to be a bartender for the evening, and it's freaking hilarious.
He is really awesome.
I love
guy.
Jimmy Simpson.
Yeah, so that's great.
So
that
I'm
he's
excited
coming
that
back.
he's back, yeah.
I'm excited to see what they do with the other worlds, though, because obviously they've got to do something with the samurai side of it.
Yeah.
But if he's teasing that there could be a Roman world or medieval world, I mean, this opens up huge possibilities.
Yeah, and it also opens up a lot of seasons left, for them to explore. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it gets too chaotic with, like, putting it all together, or maybe they'll just do, maybe they could do one episode where somebody goes to one of the other worlds and you just get a taste of it, then it comes back later. There's so many ways that they could incorporate these. Yeah.
Bill says samurai versus cowboy robots. Yeah.
That sounds great.
I'll watch that. I'm in.
Although it seems like it could end a lot like that Indiana Jones meetup where he just
just pull out the gun.
pulls out the gun.
Well, we'll have to see what goes on with it, but I'm definitely excited for Westworld Season 2. And if you haven't seen it, watch it. I know some
fun.
people that are 50-50 on it.
It's
not for
it's not the
everybody.
most amazing thing ever. I mean, some of the writing is kind of, I feel, a little cheesy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a fun series.
And I know some people that are uncomfortable with it because of how the robots are treated.
Yeah.
But, they're robots.
Hey, I mean, we're all going to have sex robots running around soon enough, so... All I hear about is sex robots these days.
That's all the kids
It's
are talking
big.
about.
The kids, they love it.
They love their sex
It's
robots.
in the news.
Taking a look here in the chat, just people still naming their favorite robot movies. Screamers. I don't remember that one.
It's getting really obscure.
It's getting obscure, but I mean, this is good. These are all robot movies that I need to watch.
Absolutely.
Original Judge Dredd.
Maybe not all of them.
A lot of iRobot.
Ooh, I like the new Judge Dredd, but yeah.
The new Judge Dredd is very
It
violent.
wasn't really robots, though.
No.
But it's great.
No. Very
There must be a robot in the original.
There's got to be. Let's see. Anthony just said, not sure if you talked about Pacific Rim Uprising, but what are your thoughts? We actually did. We covered that at the beginning. So if you're watching live right now, you can go actually back to the beginning of the video and check out what we said there.
To break it down for you, super stoked. Lots of big robots flying around. Some good action. Some monologuing by John Boyega. He's a good actor. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's not going to be. It's not going to win any Oscars, but it's going to be really fun.
Yeah. Very British accenty John Boyega.
Yeah, that's right. It's good to see him with the old Brit
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah. So there's that. Back to, once again, the theme of the day, robots. And we do have some other stuff that's not robot news. However, we got another trailer coming out since New York City.
Going back to John Boyega.
Okay.
He just real quickly. He plays Idris Elba's son. I think that those two could do some kind of movie where they play each other in different times. You know, where he's the young Idris Elba. They need to figure that out.
Sold.
I want them both on screen together.
Yeah, I would watch that.
That's all I had.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Pitch it to him. So Idris, John Boyega.
I'm gonna get those two in a room. We're gonna go talk to Sony.
Here's the thing: one's in the future, one's in the past.
one's over here, one's over here. Okay, you're gonna be the same person. It's gonna be beautiful. We'll fill in the details later.
Works for me. Solid.
Yes. Give me a call. Anyone.
5 movie deal. All right, let's get to something else. Talking about another trailer that we got to see. This is a movie called Replicas. Replicas starring Keanu Reeves.
This looks weird and kind of cheesy, but also fun.
Yeah,
and kind of depressing.
It's set in the future. Keanu Reeves is a scientist who is on the verge of successfully transferring human consciousness into a computer.
Yes.
And this isn't spoiling anything because this is in the trailer. His family dies in an accident, and he creates kind of clones of their bodies, but they're really more robotics, according to the...
They could have left that for the twist in the movie, but they really just laid it out in the
just tell you what it is.
I didn't really need to know that. I mean, to me, the craziest thing about the trailer was the needle sticking into the eye from the little
really
machine. Yeah, that's not what, you know.
Yeah.
That's the takeaway I had is, wow, why do you have to stick a needle in your eye?
Why do you put the needle in there?
Yeah, that was a little much.
Well, and that's kind of the premise. So he creates these robotic bodies and puts his family's consciousness into the bodies, and then they don't know that they had died. And this is all said in the 2-minute trailers. They spell it all out for you.
So if you weren't going to watch the trailer and you wanted to go in cold, sorry about that.
Good luck. That is Replicas, though, continuing with the robot theme. And again, just keep letting us know what you think is the best robot movie of all time. Drop that into Facebook and YouTube, or send us an email if you're listening via podcast@digitaltrends.com. All right, some non-robot news.
There were other things.
Netflix. If you are a fan of the Defenders series, the whole catalog, we did get another picture from Luke Cage Season 2, which they're slowly leaking these out, and this one was, I think, Entertainment Weekly posted
They
this.
always get the best pictures.
They do get a lot of scoop. And this is confirming that Iron Fist will be showing up in Luke Cage Season 2. I want to say, before everybody goes off about how much they hate Iron Fist teamed up with Luke Cage is okay. This, I think, could redeem the character.
And this has to happen.
It's
it's integral to both their characters in the comic books. So
yeah, and
they're best buds.
And if you watched the Defenders, 8-episode series or whatever it was, Luke Cage kind of counteracts a lot of that Iron Fist
annoyingness. Yeah,
annoyingness.
He just tells him to shut up.
So pretty much.
That sounds about right.
So I think that's the way you can save the character and hopefully make it work.
And I just love Mike Coulter. I'm going to be
awesome.
Stoked to see the second season of Luke Cage. It'll be great.
Oh yeah, me too. Keelan says they're trying so hard to save Iron Fist. They really are.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this was
to.
an inevitability. I mean, we knew that they were going to team up. We just didn't know Iron Fist was going to be so unpopular.
Iron Fist and Power Man teaming up. I mean, it's too awesome.
It's got to happen.
Something else with Netflix too. They have optioned this. Well, not optioned, but they're going to be. I guess option would be the right word. A new series that's going to be on December 1st. It's called Dark. So continuing with some of their horror movies that they've been and horror franchises they've been reaching out to. This one is a German series. It looks really good. It looks really dark because it is German, and I think that adds
a little bit bizarre, most likely.
Yeah, I think that adds perfectly to a horror movie.
They love that kind of stuff.
And they're claiming that it's going to bend time so you don't know what time you're in while you're watching it. It looks really, really friggin' creepy.
The quote I saw was, "A family saga with a supernatural twist."
Yeah.
So whatever that means.
Yeah.
But yeah, this does look pretty interesting. I mean, part of the amazing amount of content that Netflix is going to churn out in the next year. $7 billion worth.
$7 billion worth of
Which is
content.
why
That's
they
just
raised
insane.
their prices, by the way.
Yeah, that's
For
true. The
those who
price
don't
did
know.
go up.
Yep.
What did they go? $2?
It's $1 for the mid-level plan. It's $2 for the big guy with the 4K and the 4 profiles and all that.
Okay. So, and that's happening, next month?
I don't know when it goes into effect.
Okay.
They just announced it recently. Yeah.
All right. It's not surprising that was going to go up at some point.
I thought stocks were going to plummet. Stocks went skyrocketing because they don't make a lot of profits. I think everybody was stoked about that. But I'm sure there will be a lot of streamers at home that will not be stoked.
Yeah, but I mean, is it enough to where you're going to be like, I don't want Netflix for that $1 more?
Nope,
$2?
because most people won't even notice until 6 months when it comes out of their check card.
Yeah, yeah. Something else, with their content that they keep on buying, they ordered a 10-episode series called Raising Deon, starring Michael B. Jordan, who's pretty hot right now. That guy's getting a lot of stuff. He's also got a series that's going to be on HBO, Fahrenheit 451. Is HBO or
that's
Showtime?
right. I can't remember which one. Yeah.
Anyway, he's going to be in this series, and it's a superhero series, but with a different kind of a twist in that it's about this father and his mother raising a superhero child. So the child has abilities, and they have to figure out how to train him and how to raise him with his powers.
And what are his powers? They don't really show.
He
just got
looks
some
like he can like teleport and he can like raise stuff up in the air. He can make fire. It looks like they give him a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
he's got all the superpowers.
He's
all of them.
He's
That's
a
what it
magic
is.
kid.
Yeah.
He's a magic man.
He is a magic kid. Yeah, that is a fair way to say it. You're really summing up the series.
Yeah, I just want to just break it down
Yeah,
for
Pacific Rim 2, there's robots and crap flying. And, like, it's awesome.
I mean, it doesn't get that deep.
So that is Raising Deon. That's going to be coming out on Netflix here at some point in the near future.
And the only time we can say this word on the air, go ahead.
What?
Schitt's Creek is coming back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. If you are a fan of Schitt's Creek, Season 1 and Season 2, starring Eugene Levy, the third season just came to Netflix right now as well, and it is such a well-done show.
I still need to get into that.
I would.
And I love those guys. I actually have always loved, what's his name? Not Christopher Guest. All of a sudden,
Eugene
I'm
Levy?
forgetting. No, not Eugene Levy.
Chris,
but I
dang
just
it.
can't get it.
Chris.
All of a sudden.
No. I'm
Chris Elliott. There
thank
it
you,
is.
thank you.
Chris Elliott. He never really got a shot, but I always thought he was so funny. He was
Yeah.
in a bunch of movies that bombed, and so I'm just glad to see him on a series.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's on there. He's a main part of it. Definitely suggest you can power through that pretty quick. But season 3, now they're on Netflix. Let's get to a trailer that Ryan is very excited about. I know you've been talking about this movie quite a lot, about how much you're looking forward to it. And it is Molly's Game.
Oh, yes.
So Molly's Game is a movie that's going to be out on November 22nd. We got another trailer for it today.
I'm not saying I have a thing for Jessica Chastain, but
You're saying you got a thing. I'm saying he's got a thing for Jessica Chastain.
she's an attractive lady.
She is. She's a very good actress.
She is.
So she's starring in Molly's Game. Again, it's Aaron Sorkin's movie. And November 22nd, based on the true story of Molly Bloom, who is an Olympic-class skier who also ran the world's most exclusive high-stakes poker game for a decade, apparently, and then got arrested for it.
Got in with the Russian mob and all kinds of fun things.
Yeah. So the movie does look really good.
It looks good, but she's showing a different side, and it's it's pretty fun.
I'm going to bleep that part out in the podcast. She's showing it. Bleep. Also, Idris Elba is in that as well.
What can I say?
So we'll just leave that at that. Let's keep going.
Bob's Burgers.
Do you want to go to Bob's Burgers?
Well, they do have a movie coming.
Okay,
up.
so let's talk about some movies that are going to be coming out, whether they're good or not. And I want your opinion on this. If you think this is good or a bad idea. So Bob's Burgers, it was announced, is going to get a full feature-length film. Bob's Burgers.
I don't know how I feel about this. Somebody said that it's most likely to be a musical, and that makes a lot of sense. All of their shows have a musical element to it. And Sloan Bouchard, he's great. He created Home Movies, which is one of my favorite cartoons ever. But he created that with Brendan Small, who is this amazing musician. And one of the best parts about Home Movies, and he created Metalocalypse later, Brendan Small did. But one of the amazing parts about Home Movies was the music. But when he moved on to Bob's Burgers, I love Bob's Burgers too, especially because it has H. John Benjamin, who is just freaking hilarious. He's Archer. He was also Coach McGurk in Home Movies. Yeah. But the music, I feel like, really went downhill. It's fine. It's like purposely bad, so that's fine. But I just don't know about seeing it in a full-length feature movie as a musical. That gives me a little pause. The other thing is, it's just, remember when they made the Simpsons movie? It was pretty good.
Yeah, Spider-Pig.
But it's just like, I don't know, cartoons don't really need to, like, really TV shows don't really need to be movies. South Park is the standout for me. It's the one that like sort of did it the best out of any of them. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think of especially animated ones that.
Yeah, but even any TV show, usually once they go to the movie, it just isn't great.
I mean, X-Files did all right. This is a whole discussion we could have on another.
I mean, speaking
episode.
of which, there's a British guy that tears apart Sex and the City 2 to an unbelievable degree about just like how horrible it is and how terrible of people they are, how they're just rich people that bitch in New York.
No,
but if you get a
that's
chance,
100% right.
If you get a chance to see it, it's online, it's on YouTube. I don't remember his name. It was on a British, I think you just look up Sex and the City review and you could probably find it, but it's pretty funny. But the point being, almost every TV show that becomes a movie, it's usually either mediocre or worse.
Well, not just television shows, but also video games. Video game movies are generally speaking going to be pretty bad. And now, here's the movie that everyone's been clamoring for, I'm sure. If you remember ever playing your old Sega system and Sonic the Hedgehog, well, Sonic the Hedgehog is is getting a movie.
Great game.
And here is how it's going to work. Paramount is making it. They plan on blending it with live action and CGI animation.
No, that is so much worse than I thought it could be.
That brings Sonic the Hedgehog to the big screen for the first time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
You're going to have a CGI hedgehog kind of done in over real actors. That's what's happening.
Are they going to bring in Jason Lee again for this?
It does seem like a Jason Lee kind of thing, yeah. Just drop him in this one, too.
Oh, no. That's bad.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
That's too bad.
So there
That's
you go. That is going to be coming out. Going back here just really quick, I'm taking a look in the chat at people dropping in the overall question we had at the beginning was, what is the best robot movie of all time? Marsha, Johnny Five. Yep, Short Circuit. I agree with you. A lot of people agree with me.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
It's got Steve Guttenberg, so you know it's good.
You know it's solid right there. Yeah, I mean, filmed in Astoria. I mean, come on.
That's true. That's true.
Let's see. Christian DeLuber says, like Space Jam, but not good. I'm talking about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be so bad. Well, we should end on a high note here.
Let's see. Yeah, we've got it.
With Amazon's Good Omens, because I think
this
looks like it could be very interesting.
Okay, so Amazon just got the rights, and also they're doing some casting right now for this. So, Good Omens is a story based on a Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett novel, and Good Omens, excuse me. And it's a 1990 story about an angel and a demon attempting to prevent the end of the world, and now it's going to be coming to the screen thanks to Amazon.
Yeah, and it sounds really interesting.
It does.
And they also just got some serious stars. They signed John Hamm. They also have David Tennant. Those who don't know him, he's Doctor Who, and he was also the bad guy in Jessica Jones.
Yeah,
he's
David
unbelievable.
Tennant's awesome.
Yeah, so they've really got a killer cast for this thing, and it could be really interesting. You know, Gaiman makes the weirdest stuff.
Yeah.
But as American Gods proved, if you do it right, you can make something almost groundbreaking from his stories. So
yeah, John Hamm, David Tennant. I'm already again sold on that.
It's a good little run up.
There's so much television and
and John Hamm is playing the angel Gabriel. I believe.
John Hamm, I believe is Gabriel.
Yeah, and they say he's tall, good-looking, charismatic, and impeccably dressed. Explain Gaiman of Hamm's character. So I think he can stretch it.
Some of that John Hamm.
I think he could maybe stretch himself and do all right in that.
Ugly guy, as many people know, but somehow he might be able to pull that off. Yeah. So Patrick says Good Omens is awesome. Read the book. I will have to definitely give that a read before this comes out.
Absolutely.
Finally, just kind of wrapping up with our robot talk. Should we go to that, or do you want to address the casting news that we had here at the very end?
We do have a weird thing, at the very end, and we can go back to the robots after that.
Yeah. Okay. So Hugh Hefner, which everybody knows, passed away. I don't know, a few days ago, last week, I guess it was.
Yeah. I think it was earlier this week, but yeah.
Earlier this week. I'm getting my days mixed up on which one. But yeah, so Hugh Hefner passed away, Playboy's founder. And it has already been announced that there is a biopic coming out starring Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Jared Leto as Hugh Hefner. I don't really know how that works.
Well, he's a method actor, and I feel like this is going to be his most fun role ever.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it's a rough life being Jared Leto.
Well, it's probably tough already, but
tough.
If he goes full method on this one, it's going to be, he's going to have a good time.
Yep, so there we go.
I don't really know what else to say about that.
You'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
So Jared Leto going to be playing Hugh Hefner in an upcoming
It's
biopic.
an interesting choice.
Back to the robots here as we wrap up the show. And again, if you're just joining us, this is Between the Streams. This is our weekly entertainment podcast. And Michael says, Hugh Hefner becoming a robot? Maybe that's how we tied it. Let's see. Short Circuit. Man, everybody's on board with me. Short Circuit.
Looks
Best
like you
robot
nailed
movie
it.
ever.
Looks like you nailed it.
Maybe. Although there are a lot of Terminators in there as well. So we'll have to.
I took the easy one.
Yeah.
But it's also my favorite.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, that's fair. There are a lot of movies about robots. Robots are the new theme. Robots, androids, AI.
It was vampires. It was zombies.
Yep.
It's robots now.
Now it's the robots.
Now it's the robots.
So, and more references about Robbie the Robot still coming in there.
All right.
So, we got a lot of choices right there. So let us know what you think. And let us know about any movie or television series, that you think we should take a look at, that we should maybe talk about on this show. Because we always like to find new things. There's so much out there, and there's so much good content that it's always fun to hear about some of these things.
Yeah, and we can never find it all.
Yeah, absolutely not. But we will try.
We do our best.
We do our
I
best.
barely leave the house.
That's all he does. So tune in every week to Between the Streams, and we put the show out on iTunes and wherever you get podcasts as well. So subscribe to that, and that way you can take us with you. You'll know what the big news of the week is, and then we'll usually find some other gems and stuff to let you know about that's coming up in the future. So Between the Streams, like I said, send us an email, podcast@digitaltrends.com. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll be back next week with another episode.
See you at Blade Runner.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Johnny 5. I still want to do the voice for the new one. Need more input, Stephanie.
Oh, my God. That's terrible.